Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive. Today we're going to tackle something I know a lot of you are thinking about. LinkedIn in 2025.
It's a great topic.
And we have a really unique angle.
Yeah.
We found this awesome guide that was written for the Israeli LinkedIn scene.
Mm.
And I was like, Israel, LinkedIn, what? But get this, almost a third of their population is on LinkedIn.
Really? Wow.
It's wild. So we thought, okay, if anyone knows how to stand out on LinkedIn, it's got to be the folks over in Israel.
Makes sense.
Right. So that's what this whole deep dive is about.
Yeah, this guy doesn't mess around. It jumps right in with the importance of valuable content, not just posting for the sake of posting. It even asks, what will readers or viewers learn and take away from this content? How will it help them drive projects or overcome difficulties? It's pretty direct.
So it's not about bragging about how awesome we are.
Not really, no. It's more about, positioning yourself as a problem solver, a resource for your network.
Okay, I can see that. And where do they suggest we find all this valuable content? Are we supposed to become, content machines?
Well, they actually recommend tapping into all sorts of sources, like blogs, newsletters, podcasts, even academic research.
Oh, so it's more like curating a collection of insights for our network.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're putting together a mini masterclass for your audience.
I love that. But you know what else I think is super important on LinkedIn, especially these days? Visuals.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially video.
Totally. They actually mention in the guide that studies have shown that video posts on LinkedIn get way more engagement than just plain text posts.
Way more.
3 times more. And it makes sense, right?
It does.
Seeing someone's face, hearing their voice, it just creates more of a connection. And you know what else is cool about LinkedIn?
Why?
They have that carousel format.
Oh, yeah, those slideshow things, right.
Yeah, like little mini PowerPoint presentations. Perfect for delivering more in-depth content without overwhelming people.
I've been playing around with those for quick explainer videos.
Smart move.
So that's content and visuals. But I'm curious, this guide was written for the Israeli LinkedIn scene, which I hear is super competitive.
Well, yeah.
Does it have any advice on how to stand out in that kind of environment?
It does. One thing it really emphasizes is the power of groups. Finding your niche, connecting with the right people.
Groups, okay. Honestly, I haven't spent much time exploring groups on LinkedIn.
Well, this guide makes a strong case for them, especially if you're trying to reach a specific audience.
Gotcha. I'll have to check that out. So we've covered content, visuals, and groups. What about, actually engaging with people? What does the guide say about that?
It's interesting. They're really big on making it a two-way street. Not just broadcasting your own message, but actually being part of the conversation.
Responding to comments, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
And even more than that, really extending the discussion, showing people you're genuinely interested in what they have to say.
Sometimes I struggle with that on LinkedIn. I feel like a lot of people are just broadcasting their own message, not really listening.
I hear you. But this guide kind of challenges us to lead by example, to ask those thoughtful questions, to offer genuine insights, and really try to connect on a deeper level.
It's like be the change you want to see on LinkedIn, right?
Exactly. And who knows, maybe it'll catch on.
Maybe. All right, so far we've got content, visuals, groups, engagement. What else does this guide have in store for us?
Well, this is where things get really interesting. It dives into using AI for LinkedIn success.
Wait, hold on. Is AI going to take over my LinkedIn?
No. Not at all. They're very clear about that. AI should be a tool, not a replacement.
Okay, good. So more like an assistant.
Exactly. It can help you with things like brainstorming content ideas or refining your writing, but it's not going to write your posts for you or anything like that.
Yeah, that's a relief. Because, at the end of the day, it's our unique voices and perspectives that make us stand out, right? Okay, so AI. Check. Now, before we move on, we got to talk about the foundation of any good LinkedIn presence, the profile itself. What does the guide recommend for creating a profile that'll shine in 2025?
Well, they have a whole checklist of key elements. First and foremost, your profile picture. Make sure it's clear, professional, and up to date. Then your headline. It should be concise and attention-grabbing. And then there's the About section.
Oh, the About section.
It's important.
I've seen some About sections that are like mini novels. Is that what we're going for?
Actually, they recommend keeping it concise and benefit-oriented. Think of it like an elevator pitch.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
You're highlighting your key skills and accomplishments and making it clear what you bring to the table.
Concise, benefit-oriented. Got it. This is awesome. We've covered so much already, but I know there's more to come.
There is. In the next part of our deep dive, we're going to explore some of the guide's more nuanced strategies for building the right audience for you on LinkedIn.
Ooh, sounds intriguing. I can't wait.
All right, so where were we? Yeah, targeted networking. It's not just about, like, collecting connections like Pokemon cards.
Okay, good. Because I've been guilty of that. Like, ooh, shiny new connection.
Right. But this guide, it really stresses the importance of quality over quantity. It's about finding those people who genuinely align with your professional goals and interests.
Makes sense. But, LinkedIn has millions of users. How am I supposed to find those right connections?
Well, it starts with getting clear on your own goals, right? Like, what are you hoping to achieve on LinkedIn? Are you looking for clients, a new job, collaborations, or maybe you just want to learn from some really smart people?
Okay, so define my why and then use that to, guide my search.
Exactly. Once you know what you're looking for, you can start identifying those individuals and companies that fit the bill.
Okay, so let's say I found some potential connections. Do I just hit that connect button and hope for the best?
Not quite. This guide actually suggests personalizing your connection requests. Mention something specific that caught your eye on their profile, maybe a shared interest or a piece of content they created.
Oh, so hey, I love your article on X, would love to connect.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that shows them you're actually interested in connecting, not just adding another number to your network.
Makes sense. I've been guilty of sending those generic, I'd like to add you messages.
We've all been there.
But, okay, let's say we've connected. How do we actually turn those connections into something meaningful?
That's where engagement comes in. But not just any engagement. This guide encourages us to move beyond, those surface-level interactions. Aim for genuine conversations that actually add value.
So, actually reading their posts and leaving thoughtful comments.
Yes, and asking questions, sharing insights, looking for ways to collaborate.
It's about building real relationships.
Exactly. Now get this, the guide also talks about becoming a thought leader on LinkedIn.
Thought leader. Isn't that for, CEOs and super experienced people?
Nope. The guide makes it clear that thought leadership isn't about your job title. It's about sharing your unique perspective and insights with your network.
Okay, so anyone can be a thought leader.
Pretty much. You can do it by writing articles, creating videos, participating in discussions, even just leaving insightful comments on other people's posts.
It's about contributing to the conversation.
Exactly. And here's the thing. By consistently sharing valuable insights, you start to position yourself as a go-to resource in your field.
Kind of like a magnet for the right people and opportunity. Then.
Exactly. Now let's talk about recruiters. They're a big part of the LinkedIn landscape, especially if you're looking for a new job.
Oh yeah, recruiters. I have a love-hate relationship with them.
I get it. It can be tough. But this guide has some interesting advice on how to navigate those interactions.
Okay, tell me more.
Well, they encourage us to think of ourselves as, active networkers, not just passive job seekers.
So don't just wait for them to find me.
Exactly. Make sure your profile is optimized for their searches, use relevant keywords, and don't be afraid to reach out and connect with recruiters who specialize in your field.
Be proactive. I like it.
And remember, networking with recruiters is a two-way street. Be genuinely interested in their work. Ask thoughtful questions and show them you're not just looking for any job.
Right. I'm looking for the right opportunity.
Exactly. Now, here's something I found really interesting. The guide talks about the power of community on LinkedIn.
Community.
I know, right? It's easy to get caught up in the whole, building your personal brand thing.
Yeah.
But this guide reminds us that LinkedIn is also a space for connection, support, and shared learning.
So, participate in groups, engage in meaningful conversations, and generally contribute to a positive and supportive atmosphere.
Exactly. It's like shifting from me to we.
I love that. And it makes sense. If we're all supporting each other, it creates a much better experience for everyone.
Right. And you know what? When you approach LinkedIn with that mindset, you naturally attract the right people to your network. The people who are interested in collaboration, not just competition.
Okay, community, check. This guide is full of great advice. What else do they have for us?
Well, we can't talk about LinkedIn in 2025 without mentioning AI again.
Oh, right. AI. We talked about using it as a tool, but I'm guessing there's more to it.
There is. This guide really acknowledges that AI is rapidly changing the professional landscape, including how we use LinkedIn.
So how do we prepare?
Embrace a growth mindset. Be adaptable and willing to learn new skills as AI becomes more integrated into our work.
Okay, so it's about being open to change and continuously learning.
exactly. And,
Yeah.
it's a theme we've seen throughout this whole guide, right? Valuable content, strategic networking, thought leadership, community building, it all
Yeah.
requires us to be adaptable, to embrace change, and to always be learning and growing.
It's like a recipe for success in the future of work.
It really is.
Awesome. I'm ready for more. What's next?
Well, get ready to dive into some even more nuanced strategies for LinkedIn success in 2025.
More nuanced strategies. Okay, I'm all ears. It's funny, we started this deep dive talking about a guide written for the Israeli LinkedIn scene, but a lot of this advice is pretty universal, huh?
It really is. And they have, one more really interesting suggestion kind of for expanding your reach.
Okay, I'm listening.
They're big on, leveraging the power of recommendations.
Recommendations? To be honest, I haven't really thought much about those on LinkedIn. I kind of just accept them when they come in.
Yeah, well, the guide suggests being a little more proactive about it. Think about the people in your network who have really impressed you, their skills, their expertise, their work ethic, whatever it might be.
Okay.
Reach out to them. Offer to write them a thoughtful recommendation.
So it's like give before you get.
Yeah, exactly. But it's more than that. When you recommend other people, you're actually showcasing your own values, right? Like what you admire in a professional.
Okay, yeah.
And it strengthens your connections with those people. And people are more likely to, return the favor.
Right.
Plus, it adds, social proof to your profile,
Yeah.
which makes you more attractive to potential clients, collaborators, employers, you name it.
So it's like this ripple effect, right?
Exactly.
Okay, recommendations, got it. What else is in this treasure trove of LinkedIn wisdom?
Well, let's talk about personal branding.
Personal branding. I know it's important, but to be honest, the term kind of makes me cringe a little.
I get it. Some people feel like it's, inauthentic or something.
Yeah.
But the guide presents it in a really, down-to-earth way.
Okay, good.
They emphasize that it's not about creating some fake persona or trying to be someone you're not. It's really about clarifying, your unique value proposition.
Right.
What makes you stand out? What are your strengths? What problems do you solve?
So it's more about self-discovery than self-promotion.
Exactly. It's about articulating your why. What drives you? What are you passionate about? What kind of impact do you want to make in the world?
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Right. And once you have that clarity, it informs everything else. Your headline, your about section, the content you share, all of it.
It's like attracting the right people by being your authentic self.
Exactly. And remember, it's an ongoing process.
Yeah.
Your personal brand evolves as you do.
So it's not like a one and done thing.
Nope. You're constantly learning, growing, and refining it.
Oh.
Okay, but even with a clear personal brand and a fantastic profile, there's still the challenge of getting noticed on LinkedIn. There's just so much content.
So much content. How do we break through?
Well, the guide has some ideas. First, they say it's important to understand how the algorithm works.
Oh, the algorithm.
Yeah, using the right keywords,
Well-
tagging your connections strategically, engaging with other people's content, all of that can help.
Okay, so no magic bullet.
Not really. But you can work smarter, not harder. They also recommend trying different content formats. Videos, articles, polls, even that audio feature.
I've been meaning to try that.
Yeah, give it a shot. Mixing it up keeps things interesting and helps you reach different segments of your audience.
So it's about combining strategy with authenticity.
Exactly. And, it really comes back to what we were talking about before. LinkedIn is about human connection, no matter where you are or what you do. This guide, it just reinforces that. Success on LinkedIn, it's not about hacking the algorithm or being a master manipulator. It's about being genuine, building relationships, and sharing valuable insights.
I love that. Honestly, this whole deep dive has been a masterclass in LinkedIn strategy. I'm feeling really inspired to put all of this into practice.
That's great to hear. And remember, LinkedIn is a tool. It's up to you to decide how you use it. What are your goals? Who do you want to connect with?
Okay, yeah, I have some work to do.
But you got this.
I do. Well, thanks so much for guiding us through all of this.
My pleasure.
And to all of our listeners, be sure to check out Moured Stern's book and Telegram channel for even more LinkedIn wisdom. We'll drop the links in the show notes.
Definitely.
Until next time, happy connecting.